Hello, my name is Brian Morton, and this is the end of week 3 of the Finally Fit at 40 Challenge. Well, this week I wanted to talk about choices and how sometimes we make bad choices in life. Last week, if you'll recall, I weighed in at 249.4. The week before it had been 251, so I'd had a 2-pound loss last week. This week, I'm not expecting such good results. I was supposed to lose 4.4 pounds to reach my goal of 245. To be quite honest, I'll just be happy if I lost anything. If I didn't lose anything, as long as I didn't gain, I'll be fairly happy because this was a week full of bad choices. So let's head to the scale and see what the damage is. Well, it was a slight gain, 0.2 pounds. That could be any kind of fluctuation in the scale, but it's a gain, 0.2 pounds. Am I happy with it? No. Obviously I'm not happy with it. But what got me there? Well, what got me there was bad choices that I made this week. Reading in Porter Freeman's book, which obviously another one of my goal was to finish reading that, and I didn't get to that. I did get a little bit further, but I didn't finish it. But, you know, Porter talks about choices and the choices that we can make in life, and that we always have a choice of what to put in our mouth. Well, that voice of Porter's snuck into my head a little bit, unfortunately a little bit too late. This past week my eating went off track. Went out to a restaurant to have a nice dinner with a friend, and made poor choices at that, and it's interesting how it just kind of seems to steamroll. Made the one poor choice, and then another poor choice, and then another poor choice, and another poor choice. And you know, fortunately, I had a good friend of mine on Team Made, which is I'm a team member of, that gave me a swift kick in the butt yesterday online, and you know, got me straightened out, got me thinking about some things. Got me thinking about, you know, why is it that the weight that I'm losing is not coming off as fast as it could for a fellow my size. And it's kind of interesting to think that, you know, maybe I'm not eating enough. Reading through some materials, it seems like, you know, you think the Palm Fist would work for me, but I've been trying it, and my weight's been roughly around the same for quite a while. So this next week I'm going to up my caloric intake, sit down, figure out what my daily needs are, you know, and then creating a deficit, and we're going to see how that works, see if that kickstarts my metabolism, because according to the material, if I'm not eating enough, then my body starts to cannibalize itself, which would explain why there hasn't been a significant increase in my strength training. So we're going to try that this next week. But what caused these bad choices? I had a choice to make. Why did I make that bad choice? And I think it really boils down to another thing I want to talk about this week, which is focus. When we lose our focus, things tend to become blurry, kind of like this. When we're not focused on things, the outside edges of things become blurry, we can't see what we're doing, and we tend to lose focus and can't see the fine details of what's going on. So, what we end up doing is we got to refocus and stay focused. The things I stopped doing to keep focus was I wasn't reading the books, I wasn't reading any fitness material. I have my Body for Life Success Journal. I quit this past week, quit putting stuff in that, quit planning my meals out every day, because I just kind of got this idea, oh, well, I'm eating the same thing every day, I know exactly what I'm going to eat, which that may or not be true, but still just the mental exercise of going through that and writing it down helps us keep focus. So that's what I'm working on this next week, is those things to maintain focus so that I make good choices and not bad choices. So that's about it for week 3. Weight relatively stayed the same, 0.2 pound increase. We're going to kick some things around this next week and try to up my caloric intake, because really, I mean, I haven't been keeping track of it. I went and looked at it yesterday, my caloric intake. I'm probably around 1,800 calorie range, and the deficit that I'm supposed to be at is 2,500. Because just to maintain where I'm at is 3,100 calories. So taking roughly about 20% decrease, it's going to take me around 2,500 calories. So we're going to, it's going to be tough. You'd think it'd be easy to eat more, but when you're trying to eat more of healthy food, it can be tough. So we're going to try it this next week and see what that does. It should kick something on metabolism. I mean, I got no choice. I've got to do it. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm just going to stay where I'm at. You know, the old saying, if you do what you've always done, you get what you've always gotten. So, end of week 3, not the results I wanted, but it's a learning lesson. So anytime I learn something, it's been a successful week. So I learned the things that headed me down the wrong track this week, and we're going to make the changes. So until next week will be in week 4. My goal this next week is to get down to that 245. I'm going to reach it before I go on the cruise, which is July 3rd. So that's coming up here in not too long. So from here in Fort Smith, Arkansas, have a great week. Bye.